Hello, my handsome fellows. I've been going back to my roots, playing some more Plants vs. Zombies, and as I've been playing, it really got me thinking, I kind of want to get in some of these plants' roots. So, I am ranking them all in terms of sexiness and how much I would crack them. Which, let's be honest, pea shooter, three-peater, some of these are getting cracked pretty hard. So we got our tiers. We got, at the bottom, utterly painful, which some of these will be pretty self-explanatory. Uncrackable, maybe crackable on a good day. Crackable, and get me in there. Starting off with pea shooter, obviously a pretty good pick for number one. I'm gonna put him at crackable. He's not quite get me in there. I mean, I love pea shooter. He's got everything. He's got the handsome physique. He's got the whole. But, you know, he's just too basic for top tier. So he is definitely crackable. Sunflower, on the other hand. Sunflower is the basic ass bitch of Plants vs. Zombies. She is getting passed around by all these motherfuckers. Maybe crackable. I feel like Sunflower would be a little bit too loose for my taste. I don't know, it's just not for me. Cherry Bomb, I'm seeing a little bit of teeth here. Less so on his second little buddy there on the right. But I also would be kind of afraid of detonation. So, maybe crackable. Beneath Sunflower, though. I'd rather lose pussy than exploding pussy. Walnut. Now, you'd initially think uncrackable. However, with enough determination, he's got a little mouth there. You can see the slit. I'm gonna put him at the bottom of maybe crackable. Just because of his mouth right there. I feel like with enough determination and effort, you could do it. On the contrary, with Potato Mine, as you can see, he's got some buck teeth there. That's gonna scrape. That's gonna leave a mark, scarring. That's gonna be bad. On top of that, he's very fragile. You're gonna have to be careful with him. Too much pressure and you're going kablooey. Uncrack. I'd say borderline painful. Yeah, no, uncrackable, because you can crack him with enough determination and caution. However, it has potential to turn out painful, so he will be at the bottom of uncrackable. Snow Pea, another pea shooter, kind of like pea shooter, just a little frisky and frosty. He's definitely crackable. He's crackable. Below pea shooter, it's just a worse pea shooter. It's so cold. It would be so cold, and frostbite. Frostbite would suck. Chomper, self-explanatory, painful. Look at all those teeth. Teeth to tongue ratio is not adding up. You'd be getting so much more teeth than tongue. And plus, Chomper chomps. That's just what he does best. So if he bites down, you're done for, man. You're done for. Repeater, the sassy pea shooter. Repeater, I like his style. He can shoot 2 peas over 1. I say he's crackable, above pea shooter. Puffshroom, cheap little dirt head. Let's think here. Puffshroom, his hole is pretty small. I don't know if I personally could fit in there, along with a lot of my viewers, since, we're top of the line. We'll put him in no, he's crackable. You just need to try hard enough. Plus, he's little, he's cute, we all want Puffshroom. Sunshroom is basically just Sunflower, but like a G. He's amazing. Everybody loves Sunshroom. Less popular than Sunflower. He's nice and tight. He's still producing sun. He's making you happy. He's crackable. You know what? He's going above the Puffshroom. He's not quite pea shooter level because he doesn't have those big ass schnozzes to play with. However, this is where we get our first real contender. Honestly, a couple of these are very good coming up. Fume Shroom. Look at this whole diversity. He's got a mouth right there. He's got his forehead schnoz. And have you seen the things he blows out of there? Oh my god, I wish I was a zombie sometimes. The suction on that thing is probably insane. Get me in there. Also, another very good pick, Gravebuster. Have you seen the way he wraps around those graves? Oh my god, those deep throating skills are immaculate. Get me in there. Not as much as him, just because I think that it would be a little, not as wet per se as Fume Shroom. However, I do think that it would still be immaculate. Hypnoshroom, I'm definitely putting in crackable, above pea shooter, not quite on repeater level, just because of, that facial card is not doing him any good. I just feel like I'd be seeing some things while doing it with Hypnoshroom, and I think that would add a fun and interesting twist to the normal intercourse. Scaredy Shroom, unlike Puff Shroom, has about the same hole as Puff Shroom. However, I can't be having my bitch show up whilst I'm trying to crack. So, you are going an uncrackable above Potato Mine. I don't remember the name of this plant, I'm not gonna lie. But, the Cold Mushroom. It has all the flaws of, Ice Pea with no benefits. It's just cold. It's gonna be very cold, and it's gonna suck. Uncrackable. Doom Shroom. Self-explanatory. Painful. I don't want no radioactive dit, and I don't think you do either. Lily Pad, straight up uncrackable. I don't see a way to do that. I don't want to, like, rip them. That would not be good. Squash. You know, as much as I want to say Squash doesn't, like, get me in there, because I love Squash. He's probably one of the most handsome plants in Plants vs. Zombies, in my opinion. Like, look at that face card, look at that chin. He's definitely, like, he knows what's up. But, he just doesn't have as many points of entry as I would like. And, honestly, for my taste, he's too dominant. I'd say he's maybe crackable. We'll put him above Cherry Bomb, just because he's not as much as an imminent threat. And he's a little easier to deal with than Walnut. But he's still a little bit sassy. Now, 3 Peter, oh my god, it's all of our favorite people up here in one. We got the triple action. He's got more holes than Fume Shroom. Get me in there. I need this. Tangleweed, I think that's what it is. Tangleweed, Tanglekelp, I don't really know. I'm controversial with this plant because, like, I see the way it wraps around those zombies. And I feel like that kind of wrapping and tension could be very good for what we're looking for. However, upon closer inspection, I'm seeing some thorns. And that's a really major turnoff for me. Not really my thing. I'm gonna put him in uncrackable. It's not quite painful because I feel like the tension would be nice. So, I'm putting him above Ice Shroom. Jalapeno, uncrackable. I don't think I have to explain that. Look at all those teeth. Not quite as bad as Chomper or Doom Shroom per se. But, oh shit. But yeah. No good. Spikeweed, self-explanatory. Bottom of painful. I would not want to rub my cock across that surface. Hell fucking no. Torchwood, also painful. Not very good picks here. I'm sorry, guys. It's got teeth, okay? Look at all of those teeth. Arguably more teeth than Jalapeno if it showed off its full smile. And your only other point of entry is the top, which is, yeah, good luck. Tallnut is in kind of the same situation with Walnut, except I'm putting him in uncrackable, top of uncrackable, because, where did he go? Oh, not there, you silly goose. My reasoning is, like Walnut, he still has a mouth, so obviously it's possible with enough determination, but unlike Walnut, where Walnut sits at a good cock's length height, Tallnut is tall. You're gonna need to bring some outside equipment to maybe make it work, like a ladder, like a pogo stick, something like that. But, with enough determination, I think he could maybe be crackable, but, for me, it's uncrackable. Let's be real. I don't remember what this guy's name is, but Swimmy Shroom right here, he's uncrackable. No, he's maybe crackable, because he's like Puff Shroom. He's like Puff Shroom, except he's in the water. And you know what happens to your dit in the water? It shrivels up. It's like some dried out raisins. It's bad. It's bad. But if you can get over that fact, you can make it work. And I think you can make it work really well. So I think he's at the top of maybe crackable. It's just too gimmicky. Too many conditions. Lantern. I'm not really seeing any real points of entry here. I mean, it illuminates. that would be good for, like, some nighttime, discreet. I don't know. It's just, he's not for me. Bottom of, above Lilypad. I think you could do more than him than you could with Lilypad. But he lacks points of entry. It's not good. Now, Cactus, you may think of him as an uncrackable or painful, but really, I think that behind his tough, spiny exterior, there's something really soft and gushy in there. Look at that hole. Look at that expression. He's got the handsomeness of Squash, with kind of like, per se, the whole of Pea Shooter. And I think that gives him a really good rep in my eyes. I think that he's above Puff Shroom. Not quite as good as Sunny Shroom, but I just think if you can avoid his outer thorns, which it looks like he doesn't have that many of them, what's on the inside is really what matters here, and I think that he fits the bill. Now, Blover, I mean, I see a point of entry with the mouth. It doesn't look all too big. Like, I don't think it'd have the deep-throating skills of, what's his face? This guy up here, Tomb Destroyer, or whatever the fuck. But, I mean, it could work. It could work more than Walnut, I think. And more than Cherry Bomb. I mean, it's not as handsome as Squash. Squash, the face card, really carries him, so, yeah, maybe crackable. Maybe crackable. Now, you double-headed Pea Shooter, oh my god! Not quite as good as 3-Peter, because, obviously there's not 3 of them. My main problem with, Split Pea, that's his name, is that, his heads are on 2 different sides. As to where 3-Peter, all of his heads are facing you, so you can get that triple action. He's split. One of his heads is facing this way, and one of his heads is facing the other way. And that's no bueno, that's no good. You can only use one at a time. But it's still a Pea Shooter, and it still gives you more variety. It's basically just, Repeater and Pea Shooter combined, which is something I really like, so it's at the top of crackable. Shooting Star Fruit, I don't know about this one. It's got 8 tooth. I don't think it'd be that bad. For like, it's got a point of entry. I mean, I don't think it's too bad. I think it'd be crackable. Above Puff Shroom, honestly. Now, you see, Pumpkin, this one's rough. But it has so many holes, so many points of entry, but it's so loose. You're going into nothing. It's hollow. Like, there's nothing to crack. It's uncrackable. It certainly wouldn't be painful, but, like, it's uncrackable. I mean, at least it has points of entry, so it's got to be above Lantern and Lilypad, but, like, let's be real here. Who's cracking Pumpkin? No one's cracking Pumpkin. There's somebody better option. Now, Magnet Shroom. Initially, you may think that Magnet Shroom is a bad pick. There's no really points of entry, but I feel like if you put it right in between, right in the slit there, I feel like you could get some really good magnetical charges. And I think that you could get a little tingle from it, you know? Like, maybe it wouldn't be, like, as exhilarating as, like, Repeater or 3-Peter up here, where you're not getting that whole action, but you're getting, like, I feel like it'd be like a massager, you know? Like a vibrator for your dick. Yeah. So I'm gonna put him in maybe crackable. It really just depends on the effects that his electrical current would have. Honestly, at the bottom of maybe crackable. He just barely makes the cut. But you're up there, buddy. Congratulations. Cabbage Pulp. Shit. One of the things with the catapults that have really grinded my gears and shrunk my cock is that they don't really have any points of entry, you know? Like, they're cute. They're good looking, definitely. But, like, I can't crack Cabbage Bolt. I can't crack Colonel Bolt. But, we'll get to him later. He's got some special uses. But Cabbage Bolt, for me, it's not that he's bad. He's just uncrackable. Like, I can't crack him. You know? And he's going below Potato Mine, because obviously, Potato Mine is bottom of the line for, like, maybe crackable people. Because, like, at the end of the day, Potato Mine, if you try hard enough and go with enough caution, he has a point of entry. You can crack him. But these guys, they're like, actually uncrackable. And that's where Pot comes in. And you may think, oh, the Pot? No, you can't crack the Pot. But if you look way down there, it's got some 2 little tiny eyes and a little tiny mouth. So you could interrupt that slumber with some nice big slump. And I'm putting him right above Ice Shroom because I feel like he wouldn't be too bad. Stick it in there and get some of that some of that nice cold soil. Yeah, I think it'd be good. It'd be a good temperature. Maybe you get some worms in there on it. I think it would be fantastic. Colonel Paul. Very similar to Cabbage Paul in a way. However, Colonel Paul has butter. Okay? So, not necessarily would you be cracking the Colonel Paul in this situation, but you would be cracking the butter that he makes, which I think would make for a semi-pleasurable experience. I certainly don't think that he would maybe be crackable in any case, but I feel like he deserves a spot in the higher echelon of uncrackable, right above Tangle Kelp. Coffee Bean. Now, it's got a point of entry, it's got a mouth. The thing that really gets me going with Coffee Bean is the energy. The energy that I feel from Coffee Bean, the excitement is there. So, and also, Coffee Bean has some insane threesome potential. You can pair him with, say, Fume Shroom, Hypno Shroom, Pop Shroom. You know, it just leeches on, and then it enhances the experience of other plants too. So I'm gonna put him in Get Me In There at the bottom because he is heavily reliant on other plants like Fume Shroom, but that combo is absolutely deadly. Garlic. I'm kind of stumped about garlic. I know I'm putting a lot of plants in uncrackable, but it's just where many of them fall, and I think that's where garlic is gonna fall too. He's got 2 little teeth. He's got a big point of entry being his mouth. However, it's kind of hard to really get in there and stay in there because of his ability. When he's eaten, you move to another lane, so you don't really get much time with him. I mean, if you can finish fast, that it could work. It would be okay, but you know, it's not for everybody. Maybe crackable. At the very bottom of maybe crackable. Because, like, you could make it work. Let's be real. You could make it work as long as you are prepared for a quick. Umbrella Leaf, I'm seeing no points of entry. Very defensive plant. Honestly. Hello, Pumpkin. Not for me. Marigold, the sugar mommy of the plants. Oh my god, we've got 1 point of entry. It's like Sunflower, but it's rich. She will buy you a Bugatti, she'll buy you some fertilizer, and oh my god, I would crack that. We are putting it in crackable, above Sunshroom. No, above Pea Shooter. I changed my mind. Melon Pulp has the same problem as Cabbage Pulp, except he is a beefier boy. He's a little bit more handsome than Cabbage Pulp, so I will put him above Cabbage Pulp and uncrackable. Gatling Pea. You may think, oh, following the trend, Pea Shooters, very good, very crackable. However, Gatling Pea removes the one good thing about all Pea Shooters, being the massive schnoz, which they have filled with a bunch of metal piping. I can't fit my cock in there. I don't know about you guys. Maybe if you aren't one of my viewers, you won't have as big of a cock as us. But I don't know. For me and all the people watching, I think it's uncrackable. Uncrackable. Right there. Twin Sunflower. 2 whores on 1 stem. I mean, if I said I'd maybe crack Sunflower, this is just 2 sunflowers. And following the trend with repeater, more is better. So, maybe crackable. Right there. Right above normal sunflower. Above Sunny. Or, what's his name? Water Mushroom. Above Water Mushroom. Now you, Gloom Shroom. Oh my god, you take everything I love about Three-Peter and Fume Shroom and put it on steroids, bro. Holy shit. Look at all these points of entry. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of entry if you include the mouth. It's got that blowing power. It's got that suction. You could have all of your buddies over and still have more holes to use this guy. He is going at the top of Get Me In There. He is the MVP, the GOAT of Plants vs. Zombies. Moving on, hard one to follow up is Cattail. And Cattail's very cute. It's got 1 point of entry. But again, with like with the little water mushroom up there, you gotta do it in the water, which is very unfortunate because you know what happens in the water. But, honestly, I'm a bigger fan of cattail than I am of, I gotta remember his name, water mushroom. So, he's going to maybe crackable. Very high in maybe crackable. Good job. Frozen melon paw. It's gonna go below cabbage paw, guys. I'm sorry. There's no points of entry. It's like melon paw. It's kind of handsome, but he's got blue balls, and that is just not something I'm looking for. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the home stretch. We are so close to being done. We have golden magnet shroom. And again, with the electrical current, I think you could get a good buzz out of that. And this, oh my god, give my did the Midas fucking touch. I think this would be quite pleasurable and quite profitable. We're putting it above Blover. Not quite on Squash level, because as I said, Squash is a very handsome fellow. Now you. I forget what his name is. Spikeweed on steroids. Look at all of those spikes. Oh my god, I see no points of entry. Rubbing my dick across that would be a living hell. Downright painful. Top Cannon, like many others, no real points of entry. Honestly, he's kind of ugly. I'm putting him under Umbrella Leaf, just because Umbrella Leaf and Pumpkin, they're kind of silly. They have a nicer design. An interesting one, Imitator. If you look very closely, it has a tiny little mouth, 1 point of entry. But that's not the real kicker with Imitator. Like Coffee Bean, the Imitator is more of a support plant that can transform into any other of your plants. So if you transform your Imitator into another Fume Shroom, per se, or a Gloom Shroom, that is double the trouble. Oh my god, yes. Get me in there, not because of Imitator itself, but because of its supportive ability. And with that, that concludes our tier list, ladies and gentlemen. Stay fresh, stay handsome, fellows. Okay, I'll see you next time.